Hi, welcome to Hit the Bar, the Shrimps fans panel. And after a fantastic Easter, we've had 2 defeats on the row and we can't get anybody in. So you've got myself tonight, on my own, I'm afraid. Only joking. We don't let the football spoil our nights out, do we, lads?
No.
But let us talk about those 2 games. I'm going to lump them together because they were pretty similar in terms of our performance. Slightly better last night against Crewe than against Doncaster, but what's going on, lads? Are they on the beach already? James?
I'm not sure. I think they tried their best, but I think Doncaster, in the Doncaster game, they just seemed more up for it, and they were first to every other ball, and and same with the Crewe game, really.
Yeah, a bit off it, weren't we? Nathan, welcome. First timer for you. Do you think, have we just given up the season? Is the playoffs, I mean, we'll use that phrase mathematically, it's still possible, isn't it? But do you think we've got a chance still, or do you not see that in the team?
Well, I feel like we've been trying in games. I know the lads are giving their all, especially do it for the fans as well, don't they? So they perform, and you kind of look at the table a bit and you think, is it out of the reach now? Teams have got games in hand as well, so they'll just keep going, and I feel like, can we still do it, can we not? But yeah, it's been a good season, hasn't it, overall?
Honestly, are you still looking at the playoffs? Are you still thinking we can still do it, or have you given up?
I still feel like we can still fight, and I think there's about 3 games left now, isn't there? So you count, is it 9 points? So if they win them 3 games, 9 points, you add that up onto the top one now, it'll take us to 69
It's not
points.
over till it's over, isn't it?
But Matty, are you confident?
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
It's gone. That ship sailed. Listen, the guys, I don't think they go out and go, oh, no, we're on the beach. I don't think that's the professional mentality. I think sometimes they go out and it just doesn't quite click. And that's what we've seen, in particular against Doncaster and in the second half yesterday. They just people just not quite clicking, not quite connecting with the passes, just, either under-hitting, over-hitting, thinking someone was going to be there. A little bit of getting each other's way as well against the Crewe in the second half. But yeah, playoffs.
I mean, is that how you see it, James? Do you think it's just not quite clicking, or do you think there's a mentality there with the players? They're not all our players. Some of them know that they're going to be going back to the parent clubs. There's others who probably think they're not going to be staying at Morecambe. They're going to look for a career elsewhere, not wanting to get injured. Is there a bit of that, or do you think they are actually still giving absolutely everything for the club?
No, I still think they're giving absolutely everything, but it's just not working out. I mean, Doncaster are in really good form, and they were just a better team than us on the day. But on another day, we'd probably beat them.
Yeah.
The same with Crewe. They hadn't won in, 8 games or something.
And they didn't look miles better than us.
No, they didn't.
There was
We
great
could have nicked it 1-0, really, but it just didn't work out like that, did it? Yeah.
Nathan, how massive a surprise would it be for you if we went and beat Stockport on Saturday?
Well, it's funny enough you say that. It'll be like a Morecambe thing to do, wouldn't it, really? A team on the edge of literally getting promotion, and us who, as you say, doesn't look as if we could do it, win. And it will shock I think Stockport have sold out, haven't they, on location?
Yeah,
so if we went to Stockport and won, I think it would just dent a bit of their promotion hopes up.
It would be a Morecambe thing to do and then lose to Forest Green. That would be a Morecambe thing to do.
Can you see Matty on Saturday? Can you Stockport? Can you see him doing it there?
I think that they'll be proper up for it, won't it? Because nobody wants to have the celebration against them, if you will. And if we saw that when teams have played us, haven't they? But yeah, I can't. I'd love to see it. If we got a draw there, what a fantastic performance that would be. Because it would have to be a fantastic performance. Because Stockport are top for a reason. We saw that when they battered us last time. Was it 5?
Yeah.
Just put 5 past us. Not because we were poor. They're just a really good side.
Yeah.
A really good side. Well run.
I think probably Salford away and Doncaster at home would have been our worst performances, but it's not been a bad season, has it, James? But bearing in mind the changes that we've had to make, Jed coming in, I think he has made a difference to the team, and some of the football has been really good to watch. If this is it, and if we're saying we're not going to get players, we're going to end up, 3 or 4 places below that. What do you see as a season? Do you think it's been a good one?
Yeah, considering like the end of last season, we only had 6 players.
Yeah.
To finish where we are now would be brilliant. Like at the beginning of the season, I think we were all worried that we could. Everyone was predicting that it would go down and stuff like that. So,
But Nathan, have you enjoyed the football this season? Yeah, I think.
I have, yeah. I mean, especially with Jed coming in as well after Derek had left. A lot of talk was about, have we gone for the cheap option?
Yeah.
Jed's not got.
And I was one of them. I have to admit.
Yeah.
I wasn't excited when I heard about the appointment.
We're all the same. I think a lot of fans can speak for themselves and say, well, he's got no managerial experience, but I think he's come in and he's put a stamp down, hasn't he, on the squad?
Has, yeah.
Brought his own players in, and he's literally just made some exciting football for us all to watch at the ground.
In difficult circumstances. He hinted at it in the interview after the Crew game, and he sort of said, I think it was Quinn who was doing the interview, and he said some of the things that have been going, I couldn't tell you. You would not believe some of the things I've had to put up with. So it's difficult circumstances, but he has made his mark, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, and it's been good to watch. Mate, have you enjoyed this second half of the season?
A lot more than I thought I was going to. I'll be honest with you. When Derek Upton left, I was a bit, well, that's it now. We're just going to slide. And we didn't. We made a real fist of it. I honestly thought with Derek and the team that we had, if we'd have kept that together, I think we'd have I predicted 3rd.
Right.
So maybe we've not hit where I thought we were going to hit. But
we did. I mean, when we lost the loan players that went back, they were our better players, weren't they? They were the ones who were getting us into that position. So it was a bit of a thing to to cope with at that time.
Yeah, it was. And players that have come in, some of them have been fantastic. Some of them not so much.
Yeah.
But
whose performances have you enjoyed of the ones who come in January? Who have you particularly liked seeing in the Morecambe shirt?
I like the lad that we got from Bolton, Nelson
Kumbeni.
I think he gets better every game.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
He gets better every game. Apart from against Doncaster.
Yeah, I mean, he makes a
bit
few risky passes, doesn't he?
He's young, and that's why we've got him on loan.
Yeah. He's demanding the ball more now, isn't he?
Archie Mayer, I thought he had a little blip, but again, a young kid.
Yeah.
Making his way up, and he'll learn massively from his time here at Morecambe. And I think we all look forward to seeing how far he can push us. There's certainly
a good player in there.
Very good young keeper there.
But Nathan, what about you? Coming over to you, of the players who were brought in sort of January and just after, who's excited you most?
Going off what Matty just said, I mean, Nelson's been really good in the middle. I think he adds a bit of defensive cover as well in the middle with Jan as well. I've liked Gwion as well. Gwen Edwards, I think, has been a fantastic find as well, because I think with his experiences in the clubs, he's played in the Championship, so I feel like he's added a bit more threat down the sides as well. I mean, a lot of Jed Garner, I think a lot of people have been giving him criticism as well, haven't they? But I feel like he's added a bit more top. His hold-up play's been good as well, so I feel like he's added a bit more.
Just a different dimension, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
He has, yeah.
And what about you, James? Would you cover that? Would you have anybody else in? Joe Adams. What?
Joe Adams has been brilliant. I think he's really attacking, and he's probably one of my favourites.
I mean, he's a young lad, and he started off. I mean, that first game, him and Edwards.
Yeah.
We thought, what have we got here?
Yeah.
I don't quite feel that Adams has kind of done it consistently game in, game out. Whereas you say Kumbeni has got slightly better, I think Adams has kind of dropped off a little bit from
Edwards struggles to play 90 minutes, doesn't he? Yeah. But he is a really good player as well. I think we're lucky to get him.
Yeah.
Kumbeni's he's been good.
Let's just changing tack slightly. Let's assume that the mathematical possibility isn't going to happen, and we are going to be in this division next year. looking at the teams coming up and down, there's quite a few northern teams in there. And we know Chesterfield already,
Yeah.
and we've got who else have we got
Fleetwood.
possibly coming up? We've got Altrincham, maybe
Potentially.
Gateshead.
Gateshead, Altrincham, maybe Solihull, which is only Birmingham.
Yeah. Fleetwood coming down.
Fleetwood, Carlisle are already relegated. Cheltenham, I know that's a bit further.
It's quite direct
Yeah.
though. You just go Birmingham and down, don't you? You know?
Burton are in the
Potentially
relegation.
Port Vale, isn't it? Potentially Port Vale.
So might we be going to a few more away games next season? Do you think?
Probably, yeah. Well, I've only missed 2 anyway.
Oh, yeah, good lad.
But, it's going to be hard next season because there's no travel. So
With the minibuses, you mean?
yeah, well, Mark's not doing it anymore, and I think Paul's stopped as
Yeah,
well. So.
it's difficult, isn't it? You know, I mean,
Yeah.
Especially when you can't get a minibus.
yeah.
That really hampers it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, joking aside, it seems a farcical situation.
Yeah.
That's not a possibility.
Well, I did spot one on the promenade at Morecambe. I sent a few
Yeah, I
pictures
remember.
out saying, you know, there's one for sale. And I don't know whether it had got us to Lancaster line, but
No,
anywhere else. But,
no, there was not much interest, was there?
but I mean, that opens up train travel, doesn't it? If they're, you know,
Yeah.
if they're more local, you've
Yeah.
got a bit more scope.
Yeah,
to
you
get
don't
a
mind
train.
going on the train, do you, if it's local?
And another point, we were just talking before about the team that got us promoted against the team now. Nathan, are there any players in this current squad that you would think would walk into the team that beat Newport to get us promoted, or do you think that was a better team then?
I feel like it was a good team when we were at Wembley. I think we were a lot more solid at the back and goalkeeper, and I think we were solid all round, to be honest. I know we only won 1-0. There is players in this current team now that they are exciting. People like Joel Senior, for example. I think he's been phenomenal since we've got him. I couldn't believe when Carlisle released him, how we got him on a free. I couldn't believe it, but I feel like he's been really good as well. Playing right back, he's played the majority of the games this season, hasn't he? I think he's been brilliant. So I feel like, you know, you maybe could add him into that team, Wembley team somewhere.
Yeah. Anybody for you, Matty, out of this current squad or
Probably
current
JB.
sort of first 11?
But they would definitely be up fighting with
Jacob Biddle, yeah.
Jacob Biddle. He'd definitely be up fighting with Sammy and is that personal thing?
Yeah.
It'd be an interesting. It'd be great for the squad. You'd bring the best out of each other, wouldn't you? I want to play at Wembley, right? Okay, well I've got to be better than him, and I've got to be better than him. So that proper raises the bar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When we've got the best out.
And of course, Slew was injured at the time, wasn't he? He's still there, and I think this is a better Jordan Slew that we've seen this season. What do you think about that, James? Do you think?
Yeah, he's definitely done more this season than he did the first time he was with us.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have him in that Wembley team. I know he was a part of the squad, but he never played, did he?
He was injured, wasn't he?
Yeah,
But
so-
in the run up to Wembley, he put a run of 3 or 4 games.
Yeah,
Where he was absolutely
yeah,
fantastic.
playing.
And it was like, right, now we
Yeah.
get you.
Yeah.
Now we
get why he's here.
Now we see why you're
But
here.
I'm with Matty. I'd say Purdue
Yeah.
would replace Percival, but
Right.
Percival was brilliant anyway.
He didn't do much wrong, did he?
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
hard.
all
I
right.
don't really think he can replace him, really. But
I mean, the one I would say, although it would rob us of probably the highlight of the game, I think Stuart Moore, if he's fit, is a better goalkeeper than Carl Leathern was.
yeah,
We wouldn't have had that
aggressive.
smack in the
he made a cracking save in that final.
Yeah, he played well in the game.
He got down well, didn't
And I
he?
liked
Saved
him as a
one.
bloke, you know, but
Yeah.
I think Moore's probably a better keeper.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
who are you hoping, because we've offered contracts, we have mentioned this before, but who are you hoping that A, we've offered contracts to, and B, will retain? Matty, first of all, maybe a couple of players who you hope we've offered a contract to, and you hope they accept it.
Well, I'm hoping JJ for an absolute starter.
Yeah.
I wonder if there is an option clause
Right.
on his contract, and we're trying to get him some game time, so that triggers,
Yeah,
um,
that'd be a good shout.
which would be good. And there may be a few other players that we have that on that
Yeah.
option. You know, if they play X amount of games, then it triggers an extra year of the contract.
So he'd be your main one, would he?
I think JJ, yeah, definitely. JJ, is Joel on a 2 year, or is he just 1 year?
I think they were all one. I think they were only offered one, weren't
Stuart
they?
Moore,
Yeah,
you know, you kind of feel like he owes us a little bit of game time, don't you?
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous because he didn't go out and get injured on purpose.
No.
But, you know, and he has had to put up with doing commentary.
Are you saying, Nathan, with those
Yeah.
ones? Anybody else?
Like I
would like to
said,
throw
I mean,
into that?
JJ, for example, for one, he's had a great season. obviously was hampered with an injury, but I feel like he scored that hat trick against Colchester, which was brilliant.
Really want it.
And he's such young, he's only 20, is he 21,
Yeah,
I think, isn't he? So he's young, and obviously, again, these loan players we've had as well, like Joe Adams, these young ones as well, that come in.
I mean, we're assuming that they will go back, but they don't always do they? You know, we got Cooney, we got Bedell, so that there might be options on the ones that we've got on loan.
Yeah.
Would you like to see that?
Yeah, I would. I'd like to see a couple of these loanies sign on, these young ones. Like you say, they're like experienced pros. Some of them they play like they've been playing for years.
Yeah.
And they've got like young, but they've got like an older head on them.
Yeah.
So I hope to see, people like maybe Kumbeni, Adams,
Yeah, Company, yeah.
maybe given a contract at least. If they're going to do that, that'd be brilliant.
I'd take Penny again on loan.
Yeah.
Bolton
For
Bolton-
another
Bolton-
another year as
looking at
well.
that going, he's done really well there.
I mean, Bolton look like they might be going up. So if they're going up into Championship, are they going to keep Kumbeni?
He'll
Are they
need
gonna
more
release him?
experience in a lower league before he
Yeah,
plays.
possibly League One for a season. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Get rid of that.
or with us.
So basically, we don't want Bolton to go up so we can keep Penny.
Or we do want them to go up so that they'll release him
Release him,
completely.
Yeah.
Difficult one.
I'll tell you what is really good though is that, and this has happened under Jed, Fox Kennedy's come in and
Yeah.
made his debut,
Yeah.
and
Fairclough the other night.
Fairclough last night,
Yeah.
who were a local lad.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
good.
when was the last time
So-
you had two?
2 defeats, really miserable games, and we're still positive and we're still looking forward. We're going to report next week on a fantastic victory at Stockport that's absolutely hampered their promotion chances, and we're going to all be absolutely up again. That's what we're like. Thanks for joining us.